Yo, what's good? It's Don Quez. I'm on the Nico Blitz Podcast.
Oh my God, is that Nico Blitz?
All right, man, Nico Blitz Podcast, episode 12, I believe, and I'm super excited for this guy, man, because I've been following him for a couple years now. The latest project, super fucking dope, hell of a ride, man. I gotta say, from the intro all the way to the end, it definitely is a hell of a ride, bro. Don Quez, everybody.
Appreciate that.
Stockton's finest, bro.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Sure.
bro, I'm honestly so happy to have you. You're Filipino, right?
Mexican-Filipino.
Mexican-Filipino, so you're Mexipino.
Yes, sir.
Bro, so then me and my girl's Mexican. She's from East Los. We actually have this podcast called Mexipino Podcast.
Oh, dope. That's hard. That's dope.
Yeah, so, we talk about a whole bunch of, culture, whether it be, Filipino culture, Mexican culture, and how, everything kind of, clashes together.
Yeah.
Bro, one of my latest clips, right, and I don't know, because you're literally a Mexipino. One of our latest clips is talking about how in Filipino culture we call people auntie and uncle, but then in Mexican culture, it's really Mrs. or Mr., and it's also, the first name. Do you find yourself kind of in the middle of that, or, what do you do?
I'm auntie and uncle in it all the way.
There we go.
Yeah, everybody's an auntie or uncle or something like that. But yeah, I guess there's definitely some similarities, but at the same time, it's a little different regarding certain things like that. But it's cool. I have a bunch of aunts and uncles, and that's all I know them by.
Whose side do you get the Filipino from and the Mexican from?
My mom was Filipino, born from Hawaii. My dad's from Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the story of how they met? By chance?
Yeah, they went to the same high school. My dad didn't come here till I think he was a little bit older. My mom moved here from Hawaii when she was a baby, and they met at Edison High School in Stockton.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Been there ever since, yeah.
I appreciate Stockton as its hip hop culture is just really growing over the past couple years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think one of the first rappers I got hip to was Haiti Baby.
Oh yeah.
And then it was Nell, and then I think he also has MB Joe Mari too.
Yeah.
And then you too, bro. Stockton's really just popping off right now. What is it, bro? What's happening right now from your perspective?
I think it's just that underdog mentality, you know what I mean? When people think of Stockton from the outside looking in, it's just so it might have this negative kind of thing going on, and we never really had anybody pop out of there from music. We have a bunch of athletes and other things, but as far as music, especially rap music, there hasn't really been anything that's really, really popped like that. And I think our generation was that generation where it was all right, we're gonna take it to the next level. And then we got the Haiti Babies, the Dad Dexes, the MP Nels, you know what I mean? We got a bunch of people out there that's going crazy. So it's dope to see, and it's dope to be a part of it for sure.
I feel like Haiti was the one who kind of paved the way for Stockton over the recent couple years. Is that true, or was there anybody else I'm missing?
I would say yeah, because nobody did it like that until Haiti really just I don't know, Haiti just popped.
Just went crazy.
He just went crazy, and that's the homie, and he broke the door open for all of us to come in, so it's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One misconception, right, and I'm sure y'all get this a lot because y'all from Stockton, is that Stockton is part of the Bay.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not.
Bro, I be telling a lot of people over here, especially my girl, I'm Stockton's not part of the Bay. It's so close, and the culture is very much influenced, but, I kind of say it like this. The Bay Area is its own thing. Stockton and the Bay kind of share the same influences, but then Stockton is definitely its own thing too. So I don't like it when people group Stockton with the Bay because Stockton stands by itself, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's definitely something that's if you're not from the area, you're not from the 209 or the Bay, it's a misconception from the outside looking in, because you would just group it together, it's pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have influences from the Bay, but definitely Stockton stands alone on its own thing. It's its own little island. So yeah, I like to definitely love to the Bay. A lot of Bay influences in what we do, but there's definitely a standpoint for where, Stockton is like its own entity type shit.
Yeah. You know what I love about your sound so much, because like, you're from the West Coast, right? Mm-hmm. But bro, like literally off the rip, I think the first song that I heard from you was Time.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then literally like every one of your records kind of has similarity to that, but then you do not sound like you're from the West Coast, bro. And I mean that with like, in like the best way possible. Like, so I don't even know who your influences are really, bro.
Yeah, I'm all over the place, really. Like I listen to a lot of music. I watch a lot of movies. I'm just really into art in general. And, being from Stockton is such like it's a pretty small city. So it's like we don't have access to a lot of things, like being from LA and stuff like that. So it's like you definitely got to reach out and discover new things. And when I discover new things, it just keeps growing and growing. And then, I'm listening to, I don't know, jazz fusion records across the, you know what I mean? Or 70s soul or something like that. Yeah. And it's just like it digs deeper, and then East Coast rap, West Coast rap, there's differences and similarities to it, and it's all just fascinating. I'm just a fan of music in general and hip hop and all that.
Yeah. So was it like a conscious decision to not do like West Coast shit?
I think like naturally that influence is in me like since I was born. I think I just like to spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? I would like to take my music, across the U.S. and then also, across the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I started to do music, I always thought about it like I got to think of it like bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to expand as much as I can. Of course, use the home base influences, the West Coast, the Bay, and everything, but spice it up a little bit, mix some other sounds. I've been to New York one time. You know what I mean? I'm trying to travel more, so it's like I'm trying to do different things and stuff.
Yeah. So, I'm a DJ, and one of my fears as a DJ is like going to New York.
Yeah.
Because it's like I kind of have an idea of what they like, whether it be like Pop Smoke or like Wu-Tang and shit like that. But like naturally, I'm a West Coast DJ, so I could rock a West Coast party like crazy. And when you relate that to an artist too, it's like I feel like when you're so stuck on like the West Coast sound, your shit does not move outside of like California, Portland, Vegas, and then you can't go to the East Coast really.
Yeah, it happens. It happens a lot, and that goes for anywhere. Like a cat from New York can be too boxed in on that specific sound. You know what I'm saying? And he can't come to the West Coast where it's like it's not gonna work. So I think it's all really about just not like catering to one specific sound or style or something like that. It's just like I'm listening to everything, you know what I'm saying? Like I give everything a chance. I listen to everything, and then to the point where I'm able to form my own opinion. Like I said, I'm just a music fan. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like putting yourself in a box if all you do is strictly West Coast. I mean, I think that's where we get like the Mustard records with like Offset, shit like that. Because like, okay, now we can kind of like bring their voices to the West Coast, and now like you can have a Migos record sound like a West Coast record, and it's like it moves that way.
It's dope. It all just goes hand in hand when you start expanding out and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you only been professionally doing music for 3 years, 4 years?
I mean, yeah, I guess so, like professionally, but I've always been like making records since like probably like 6 years now, but like it's never been, it's mostly been just trying to figure out my sound, you know what I mean? Like recording at the homies' houses, started on a rock band mic and, eventually moved up to, doing what I'm doing now. But it was all about just the growing process. But I would say like, for the past 3 years, it's been like legit serious.
Were you rapping in high school and all that?
Oh yeah, I was for sure that kid that was, I was that kid in the hallway that was for sure like trying to rap.
Doing rap battles at the lunch table?
Not rap battles. I was just trying to freestyle, cipher and stuff like that. I wasn't the best, but at the time, I was so just, I don't know. I went to high school in like the 2013 era. So it's like the blog era days where it was just like, I don't know, it was just like that certain era. And I just, I wanted to rap, and, spit bars and shit like that. So it was cool.
Did you always know you wanted to go into the rap scene, or like did you have any plans of like doing other shit?
I think I always wanted to make music. I think it took me a little bit to find it. I've been writing rap since a kid, and I always loved music. but when I was like younger, I just wanted to play sports really, and I didn't really figure out what I wanted to do. And then as like senior year approached, I was like, you know, football or, you know, whatever might not work for me. So it's like, let's try music. And I really fell in love with it, like on a deeper level.
Yeah. Bro, I feel like as Filipinos, right, like we always try to get into hella sports when we're in high school.
Yeah, of course.
And then once you realize everybody's like a foot taller than you, you're like, fuck, man, like I can't do shit no more.
Facts. It was like, you know, you putting you know, as a kid, everybody's the same height, you know, everybody's on the same level and everybody's, you know, doing it, you know, you're able to like stand out a little bit. And then you realize when you get to high school, it's like, oh, damn, these fools just hit a growth spurt of like, you know, they're over 6 feet and shit, like getting D1 scholarships. And I'm just over here like, damn, like y'all got the physical capabilities to take it to the next level. And yeah, so it was just like, you know, growing up, you know, everybody wants I feel like sports and music kind of goes hand in hand. Sometimes a lot of these like people that don't make it with sports end up doing music, and all these athletes are starting to rap now. So it's like, I don't know, it's like it's very similar. I feel like that's why I think it transferred over so easily.
Yeah, because I feel like hip hop and sports definitely like mesh well together. Like, have you seen Iman Shumpert's?
Yeah. I watched it, and you know, he was gassing, and at the same time, I think it's like I think they both have a competitive nature to them, especially with hip hop. Like, you know, when we used to be in high school, it was just all about freestyling and roasting each other like some wild and out type shit. So yeah, it goes hand in hand, I feel like.
Is there like competitive nature between like you and MB Nell, for example? Because, and the only reason why I bring that up is because like there's not a lot of Filipinos who are like really in the rap game, right? So it's like, I think growing up, you would always see just like one Filipino DJ who would be, in this particular case, DJ Qbert, or even like back then, like in regards to like a Filipino rapper, it was like only Nump, so there was like only one.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean? Like in regards to like the rap game, was there any like competitive nature between you and Nell?
Nah, not at all. I support Nell, you know, 100%. Likewise, I think we both do. He just brought me out for his tour. You know, he's always showed love. And I don't think it's any competitive nature. I think we have similarities, like, you know, we're both rappers, but at the same time, like, I feel like we both have our individual lanes that we're able to create without it clashing together.
Facts.
And I don't think my career, my rap career clashes with anybody's career. You know, I'm just like a competitive person in general. Like, I want to be the best type. You know, but that's just me, like, in general. It doesn't matter. It's a Filipino, you know what I mean? It's just in general. I just want to be the best. So I don't think my what I do necessarily, like, clashes with anything. It's just kind of just my inner, you know, creative fucking,
Yeah, like, you just trying to be the best rapper at that point.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, just focus on what I'm doing, and, you know, people like it, people don't like it. It's just, like, as long as I'm cool with it, then it's good.
Yeah. You know what I like about you, though? For the time that I have been following you, you've been, like, so consistent. Whether you be dropping, like, remixes to shit or, you know, like, dropping projects. Like, your rollout is crazy. And in addition to that, bro, like, your music videos are just very artsy. I don't even know how else to put it. Like, they're just very artsy.
Yeah.
And I guess that comes from, like, the movie background that, you know, you're really into. Like, what are some of your favorite movies that kind of influenced your music videos? Like, let's talk about the Time video, for example.
Oh yeah. Like, I watch a lot of Quentin Tarantino video. Like, he's one of my favorite directors.
My guy,
yeah,
yes.
Stanley Kubrick, like Clockwork Orange and all that other stuff.
Man, he said Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I don't know. I like freaking like artsy, like mysterious, like you don't really know what you're watching type movies, or like, you know. I'm just really into like cinematic, like, I don't know, stuff like that, like stuff that just looks like cool to me.
Yeah,
I guess.
You kind of like a Interstellar, Inception.
I like Inception.
Django.
Yeah, Django. Yeah, all that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, those are all, you know. Quentin Tarantino is a beast and definitely a huge influence.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, so do you direct your own music videos too?
I haven't directed every single one, but I'm always involved. If not, like, you know, 50% with the director that I'm working with at the time. As of lately, I've kind of stepped in more to the director role for a lot of my videos, and I even stepped out of just directing my videos to directing some of my homies' videos. Like my
word.
Yeah, so I got a friend, Alexander Blue. He was featured on the album. I actually directed his debut music video, and then I directed his next one that's about to come out too.
Oh my God,
so,
bro!
Yeah, I'm trying to step in different lanes and really I just like being creative and just like using my space to do artsy type things.
You ever feel like as a creative, because again, like I'll DJ, I'll podcast, I'll produce a little bit here and there and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like as creatives, it's always difficult to try to just do one thing, and you got to do so much shit.
Yeah. Like I started just painting. That's how I really got into music. Like ever since a kid, I just been painting and drawing and doing stuff like that. And then eventually it grew on to like writing, like poetry type stuff, and then rapping. And then as of recently, and then it got, directing. And then as of recently, production has really gotten really big. I produced like 80% of Hell of a Ride myself in my room.
Oh, wow.
Which was huge for me because the first beat I ever made and put out was Thump, which happened to be one of my biggest records besides Tim and Ski. So that kind of gave me the confidence to be like, well, you don't got to wait around for anybody, just do it yourself. So, got downloaded Logic, messed around with it until I really got into a rhythm and then figured it out. And then, so I started Hell of a Ride during the quarantine era, and then it was just like, I just learned it, and then eventually I was making all these demo type records, and then it just became something.
Yeah.
Production just really became something really, really big for me.
How many songs did you actually go through until you got the official track list? Because I just feel like you work in so much to where it's like you made like a perfect album in my eyes, bro.
Oh, thank you, man.
So it's like, how many records did you actually go through until you got to the official track list?
A lot. A lot.
Estimate.
I would say over the span of just working on this project.
Yeah, just from the recent one.
I would say like 100, near 100.
Bro, 100 records?
Yeah, and they're not, I'm not saying like they're full records or anything, but like I would say like 50 to 60% or, missing a verse or something like that. But
yeah, like demos.
During that time, like while I was working on the project, when I lock in on album mode, like it's music like every day. Every day it's just doing some type of music thing. And I had so many records where it got overwhelming because I was having these meetings with my team trying to like pick out records where it was just like everybody's like, well, this is dope, and it's like we're looking at the list and it's like 80 tracks, and I'm like, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. It's just crazy, but I love it. And yeah, we have some records that we're still sitting on.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you're doing everything independent too, because I think like the misconception that I still see with a whole bunch of indie artists, it's like, oh, like I need a producer, I need a writer, I need a studio. But it's like, bro, you're literally doing everything out the crib. Like there really ain't no excuse for this shit.
Exactly. That's how I felt at first. Like I felt like okay, well, I mean, I don't know how to make a beat, so I got to wait to get in the studio, or I don't know how to record myself, so I got to wait for someone to record me. And then it became, or I didn't know how to direct my video, I had to wait for a director. So it just became a lot of like waiting games to the point where I just really got fed up. And then quarantine kind of like pushed everybody even like more out, where I was like, all right, bro, like you either going to like let everything slow you down, or you're going to stand up and really just figure it out. And that's all it's been for a while now, is just me figuring it out. Facts. And like that's like, I guess that's like my thing, is just figuring out. I'm just going trial and error, what works, what doesn't work, and I figured it out like that. Yeah,
bro. I mean, I've preached this for the past 2 years. Like since quarantine happened, right? You either had the opportunity to really blossom and become someone better than who you were prior to quarantine, or you kind of just went on a downward spiral.
Oh yeah, and you see a lot of people hit that downward spiral where I was just like, oh, bro, I'm cool. And I don't think like myself as a person would ever let myself get to like that. I'm just too like, I don't know. I got some wakes me up every morning where I just have to do something.
Yeah. I feel it, bro. I was very encapsulated by the intro to A Hell of a Ride.
Yeah.
Because I think the first words that you said on it was, it's crazy how life can be moving so fast for you, yet you feel so stagnant.
Yeah.
Like, what was going on through your mind when, I mean, it's literally the first couple lines of the project, bro, and that was just so powerful to hear. Yeah. Like, what was going on in your mind during that time?
I think that, like, that line specifically kind of, like, summed up the past, like, I would say the 2 years prior, because I was moving a lot. Like, I had quit my job. I was going back and forth to LA, like sleeping in the studio, like on the ground, like nothing to my name, like $50 to my name, trying to like ration it out. Where it's like, I felt like I was moving fast, you know what I'm saying? Where it was just like, all I knew was like, I quit my job, and it was like, if I didn't make something happen, then I'm going to fail. So it was just like, I was moving, not really paying attention to anything else but music and just making things happen. And after a while, like moving so fast like that, and then something like quarantine, like the pandemic to happen, force everybody to just slow down, it kind of almost put me in my place. Like, yo, like, you need to relax a little bit. Like, almost like, I was not saying neglecting like my loved ones and stuff like that, but I wasn't like so, I wasn't like there mentally, I feel like, where I was like, I needed to slow down a little bit, and I feel like I learned that a lot. And that's where it goes, and especially in like music and stuff like that, things can happen so quickly, where it's like, I was just making records, like, you know what I'm saying, every day, waking up, making records, and then I made one that popped, and it was just like, oh, things started moving, I started getting recognition, people were recognizing me out at the grocery store, people were going up to my family members asking about me and stuff like that, where it was just like, I was just...
You just working.
Average Joe. I feel like I was just like, you know, like I always knew I could do it, but you never really know when it's going to happen. And then when it happens, it's like, damn, now it's time to move. Like, you really got to move. And now I feel like I'm just consistently moving. And I feel like I'm like that now, but at the same time, I'm very more present than I ever was. Yeah. I just got to live right here, take it day by day. Like I said, trial and error type shit. Like, if something don't work, just move on. Don't like dwell on it and like live in the past. Because I feel like also like living fast can mean living in the past too. You know what I mean? Like just overthinking and cutting your future plans and stuff like that to go backwards type stuff in a fast way. Like, you know, go back to a comforting type feeling or something like that.
Yeah. Because, you know, the faster we move, the more we get I mean, we're focused, but we're also distracted by what we want so much, bro. So it's like, whenever I go back to the Bay, for example, it's like, I'll admit, prior to quarantine, I was the type to go back home, still be on my laptop because, you know, like I'm still trying to like work and shit. But then I would miss out on like so many memories happening around me like at that time. So when quarantine happened, like for example, my sister ended up having 2 kids. And, you know, I spent some time over there, hung out with them and whatnot, came back here. Next thing you know, they're like, they're grown as fuck. Like, they're walking now, and I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, a part of me always wishes, like, I could have been there. But then another part of me is also like, I also still feel like I needed to work over here because, you know, the eventual goal, at least for me, is like, I want to take my niece and my nephew to see their favorite artist when they grow up, you know? So it's, like, hard when it's, like, you're in this industry, you're working so much, and then you see, like, life around you just grow and blossom.
Like life is fast for sure, and that's why I'm so, like I said, I'm so into the present now. And, you know, if I just focus on what really matters to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, things come and go. Money comes and goes, you know, all this, you know, partying and, you know, fast stuff comes and goes. And I realized over time, like, damn, like, all that really matters, like, especially, like, when quarantine, like, happened, like, nothing mattered anymore at one point. And that really stuck with me. And, yeah, that's really where the line came from, is just realizing how fast life can be.
Yeah, man. I do also want to say, like, you know, condolences to your mom, bro. Like, you know, I saw that post a while ago. And it's always tough, man. Like, excuse me. Like, I lost a couple family members during quarantine, like, because of COVID. And I'm just like, man, this shit fucking sucks. Yeah. Like, what was going on through your head during that time? Because I know that was a rough time for you, bro.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could really explain, like, what that type of thing felt like. And I guess it just forced me to be present. You know what I mean? Like, nothing mattered anymore. Like, you know, at that time and that period, like, a lot of things didn't matter to me anymore, and I was just, like, a little regretful at certain things. Like, damn, I should have, like, you know, but at the same time, I'm just, like, it's a motivating factor for me because I'm, you know, paying respects, you know, to my loved ones and everybody we lost this year, because it's, like, they were happy to see me do something like this and achieve certain things. So to be able to be in a position like this, be able to come down here, you know, talk to you is a blessing, and it's definitely something that I know, you know, moms would be so happy to see me do. So that's like a motivating factor for me. For sure. Yeah.
Shouts out to your moms, man. Yeah. Like, you know, I feel like she just raised like a good kid, bro. And it's kind of weird because like, I don't know how old are you, bro?
I'm 26.
You're 26. I'm 28. So I'm not that much older than you, but you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, like I wouldn't want to be in like that type of position where, you know, you lose somebody like so fucking close to you and you know, like, you know, it's kind of coming. Like, for example, like my mom, literally within the past like 3 weeks, she got a minor heart attack. And it got me in this mind state where I'm just like, fuck, like, do I run more toward my goal because I know it can help her in the long run, or do I spend more time with her? So it's like, it's a very conflicting internal battle that you have with yourself, because you have to choose between like, this is beneficial for me, but it's also beneficial for like my loved ones. But then time is also something super valuable too. So it's like, how do I find the balance between the two, you know?
I think whoever has a perfectly balanced life, I need to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody got it figured out. I think it's a consistent balance battle for all life, I guess. Being more present, like I said, is really the main thing, and, you know, trusting your gut and your own intuition for sure. Yeah.
So, hell of a ride, man. Like, in regards to like your music career, what would you say was like the highest point and like the lowest point so far
as my music career?
In your music career,
the highest point, I guess, you know, making records that, you know, people actually listen to, and having actual like people that connect with what I'm saying. Like, I don't really post my DMs or anything like that, but some of the messages I get from people regarding to how they feel or how my music makes them feel, it's just, I can't even, like, you know, thank them enough. You know, it's as simple as like saying thank you is like not even enough for me to, you know, express how much that means to me. So like being able to just connect with people, like, because I make these records a lot of times by myself, you know, in my room. So I don't know if somebody's going to relate to it, someone's going to love it or hate it. So just the fact that people like it is dope to me, and, you know, it keeps me going. Low points, I don't think I really hit a low point. I guess when I thought everything was gone, like with quarantine and pandemic, I thought, you know, fuck, like the world's ending type stuff. So I guess that was the lowest point. But other than that, like, I try to keep as level-headed as possible, especially in this type of thing, because I know it's like really high highs and low lows. So I just be chilling, trying to just navigating through life, because, you know, nothing's promised. So I know if I just keep moving, I'll be good.
Yeah. Who would you say, like, you know, because we are on the West Coast, who would you say is like the top 5 like NorCal artists in your opinion?
NorCal artists, top 5? My boy Jay Cyrus, Code, one of the coldest rappers ever.
He was on the project, yeah?
Yeah, that's my boy. He's he's dope. Jay Cyrus. I really like Mozzie.
Yeah, Mozzie's fire. Mozzie been holding it down.
Yeah,
bro.
Mozzie's incredible. Damn, I don't know why I'm just like.
It's always funny when like I ask people like listy shit, because it's like, you know, when you're asked that question, you're just like, fuck, man, now I gotta think of this shit.
I got so many different like names going through my head. I'm like, damn, like, and then I don't want to miss somebody, and then I'm like, hey, boy, you didn't, you know.
Hey, man, look, it's okay. You're bound to miss somebody.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, as far as like, I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to pick some, but I just know that Northern California is definitely getting the spotlight that it deserves finally. And I think it's only up to us and you know, my fellow NorCal rappers to really push that issue to make it a bigger nationwide, you know, global type of thing. So
yeah, man,
I think NorCal is its time for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I feel like one of the people who've been like super holding it down, like, so you know how like E40, he'll collaborate with like the newer artists to kind of give like light on them, but it also shows that 40 is like super tapped in. So I mean, as someone from the West Coast and also somebody Filipino, it was like hella cool to see Pilo actually tap in with you for for the remix, bro.
That was huge.
How'd that even happen?
The record 10 was just going up so much where he just tapped in and was like, yo, I like it. I want to do a verse for it, and he did it and sent it through, and that was a surreal moment too. You know, like I said, I was in high school around like 2013, and HBK was so huge back then, and you know, to be able to, you know, be in the same room as certain people like this that, you know, at one point I really idolized and stuff like that. It's just cool to be like, damn, like, you want to get on my record, like, type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can hit him up and just be like, yo, I got a song for you. It's like that. So I'm like, it's dope. You know what I mean? Like, I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in for sure.
You know, truthfully, I would love to see a Don Quez EP over like 3 or 4 Pilo beats.
That'd be dope. Yeah, we got to make that happen for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just manifesting that right now.
Yeah.
So P, if you are watching this, bro, like, make that shit happen, because you know P been tapping in with like all the homies.
Yeah, it's good.
So Hell of a Ride's obviously out right now. Like, so who are some artists that you would want to still work with in the future?
I mean, the list is long. Like, I mean, if I'm shooting really high, like, I would love to work with Pharrell and, you know, Ye and Kendrick and Cudi, you know what I mean? Like, all these, like, great, you know, artists that, you know, I've been fans of for years. I would just love to be in the same room. Even if a record never came out, just to be able to, you know, chop it up and just see what's good type shit. So
yeah, soak up all the game.
Yeah. I mean, shit, like, most of the time, like, when I connect with new people in the studio and stuff like that, we're not even making records the first or second time. It's really just finding that connection. I feel like that's where I work best. So yeah, just being able to just work with all these greats, or, you know, just soak game. That was really what I'd want to do.
I will say, from the 209 though, you do need one with Haiti, baby.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'll definitely be in the works pretty soon. I think so. I think we can make that happen.
Yeah, and shouts out to Empire too, man. Like, you know, they've been tapping in. They've been like really helping you, or
that, you know, they've really been a big help as far as like pushing my career and stuff like that. So I'm grateful to have them, you know, being able to help me out with everything, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me and opportunities. So I'm forever grateful. Okay,
what's one thing that people don't generally know about Don Quez? Not the rapper, but the person.
That I talk. Everybody has this like misconception.
What?
Yeah, it's like I have this like that I'm like,
yeah, bro, I talk
and I'm like mean. Like, I'm not mean. And I talk. You just get like, I'm an introvert. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm an introvert at heart. So I just be chilling. Like, if I'm quiet in a room, doesn't mean I'm fucking like, I don't like you guys or something. It's just like, I'm just be chilling. So, I mean, I got a lot of homies and stuff like that laugh because they'll get messages or like DMs. They'll be like, I don't think Don likes me, or I don't think he, you know, does he like me, or is he cool? Is he having a good time? Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm literally just chilling there, like, bro, like, that wasn't even going through my head. I'm literally here just chilling, like, but I get it though. You know, sometimes silence is uncomfortable to people. So yeah, and I'm just like a very, like, I guess, like, just soaking everything. I'm just a very observant type of dude, and a little introverted at times, but, you know, it's whatever. I talk to me, I talk back, you know.
He's like, I'm not mean, bro.
Yeah, I'm not
mean. You know what I think it is?
Yeah.
You know what I think it is like, in your music videos, you always looking directly into the camera with such a straight face. So I can kind of see where people got that misconception.
No, I mean, I see it too. Like, but I've always gotten that, like, ever since, like, even before, like, the music shit, like, even in, like, high school and stuff like that. I was pretty quiet as a kid, so, like, everybody didn't really know what it was. And I think that was a little bit, like, it actually helped me with music, like, in a local type of standpoint, because it was like, oh, this quiet ass kid, I never heard him talk. he has a song out. It was like, I've never even heard him say anything. Like, even some of my family members. Even some of my family members were like, you're a rapper, dad? I'm like,
yeah.
And then they listen to it and they're like, oh, you're actually good too? And then I'm like, yeah, like.
Well, I feel like as introvert, because I would like to think of myself as more of an introvert too, but we just got so much to say because we do nothing but observe the world.
Oh yeah, and I'm for sure having a full-on conversation in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got, I'm not like silenced just because I don't like anything or whatever. I'm just like, I just be chilling.
Yeah.
Some people just don't get it. You know, a lot of people are like very like outspoken and it's cool, but I just be chilling.
Your family hella supportive of the rap career?
Oh yeah. I think like people didn't get it at first, and then eventually when it started getting more serious, and then where I can actually be like, hey, Auntie Lick, 50,000 views. You know what that means? And she's like, I guess you're doing it. Like, you know.
She's like, I don't know, but 50,000 sounds like a lot, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, and then just watching things grow, and then, you know, I've had family members come to my shows and certain things, and you know, my family is very, very supportive. My friends are very, very supportive. So
yeah,
I'm blessed, you know, in a blessed position for real.
How was the who'd you open up for? Was it YG or was it Mozzie?
Well, that actually got canceled. It got moved to not canceled,
man.
My bad. Postponed to May. So
okay,
we're gonna do that in May 21st.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
See, that's like the only thing about this quarantine shit.
Yeah, I was like, it was supposed to happen like, was it last weekend? Yeah. So it was supposed to happen last weekend, and it just didn't fall through, and I was like, but at the same time, like at this point in like the world and my career and stuff like that, I don't like to get too overly excited about certain things because I know how the world is right now. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because if you think too highly of certain shit, that's just gonna take you under if it don't fall through. So I'm like, all right.
Let me paint the picture for you really quick. I'm literally like, I'm in my drawers already. I'm on FaceTime with my girl. Bootleg Kev calls me. He's like, hey, bro, I need you to pull up to the Peppermint Club. This happened last night. I need you to pull up to the Peppermint Club. Dave Chappelle's over here.
Oh, shit.
You gonna DJ for Dave Chappelle. Even if it's like a song or two. I'm like, yeah, I'm there, right? Yeah. So I pull up to the Peppermint Club. I get in. Dave Chappelle's already speaking. It was YBN. It was Corday's album release.
Oh, dope.
So Corday would, as soon as I walked in, Dave Chappelle was speaking. Corday's album started playing, and then I'm over here just like, hey, so when are we hopping on?
Man.
But like on the car ride, I was like, don't get too hyped because it might not even happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Long story short, what ended up happening was it didn't happen. But we were just there, and I was just like, man, look, like, but so I feel you. It's like you can't really hype yourself up too much, like, you know, because shit always changes, bro.
Oh, bro, that's why like I learned that, like, I guess through like trial and error. It's just like I remember as a kid when I first started like doing shows and stuff. I had got this email, fake ass email, and it was like some scammer pretending to be like Rihanna's manager. And this is, you know, I was such on a high because like the month before I had actually opened up for 2 Chainz. Okay. So like I was like, you know, rolling where I felt like that don't sound too far off. Maybe it could happen. Maybe it is real. And
then he saw, put your Cash App right here.
Yeah. And then I seen something like that. But being young and naive, you don't want to like think that's fake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You want to think like, oh, that's your breakout moment. Where it's just like, I know what that feeling is to be. It's like have your hopes so high and just get crushed and it's just like, damn. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I just with things nowadays, I take everything with a grain of salt. Like, you know, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. If it don't happen, then I'm not gonna, you know, throw a fit about it or something like that. So
Facts,
I just keep moving.
Well, I'm happy that this happened, bro. Like, I'm so happy to have you, bro. Like I said, man, I've been following you for a couple years, and like, you know, as soon as I got that DM back from you, like I'm not gonna lie, I was juiced, bro, because I know the quality of your music, and I already have an idea of your trajectory, and you're Filipino.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
You know, that being said, bro, like I really have like high hopes for you, and not to like put pressure on you or anything, but like I really believe in you and your music, and I just want to see you continue doing your thing. That's it, man.
I appreciate it. Hell yeah.
Don Quez, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Don Quez, Nico Blitz Podcast. We out.
Yes, sir.